Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Bolto. You can get the blueprint for the Bolto from the market, and it's definitely on the cheaper side of things. However, you will need a fully built Bolto, which is not a big deal because you can simply buy it for a few credits from the market as well. The Bolto is a Mastery Rank 7 secondary bolt pistol that does almost pure puncture damage with just a little bit of impact on the side, and it has decent crit with absolutely atrocious status. The weapon does have a bit of a kick to it, but it's fairly easy to control, so all in all the weapon is actually fairly accurate. The one thing to bear in mind here is that the bolts do have travel time. Now, one unique thing about the Bolto is that it has access to Entropy Spike, which is a Bolto-specific mod that you can get by being the rank of Wise or higher with Cephalon Suda, and it just straight up gives the bolts you fire a 20% chance to blow up on impact, which will do 250 blast damage in a radius of 10 meters. Plus, you also get the entropy effect from it, so once you gather enough affinity with the weapon, it will do a massive explosion that will hit everything within 25 meters with 1000 magnetic damage and proc magnetic on them as well, and it will also recover 25% of your base Warframe energy and increase your base Warframe energy by 25% for 30 seconds too. This ultimately isn't all that great because the damage on the explosion isn't all that high and it doesn't really scale with anything, plus the explosion radius is fairly big and it will inflict self-stagger. So I would only recommend using this mod if you want the entropy effect, or if you want to have a bit of fun. Now, as far as the build is concerned, you kind of just want to go for pure crit, and it's going to be expensive even if you want to go for a basic build with no primed mods whatsoever. I personally stopped after 4 forma because I felt that was enough, but you can easily go as high as 6 and get far more damage out of this. Now with this setup, you can easily blow through the entire star chart and do some fissure missions and even sorties, but it suffers from the same issue as many other pure crit weapons where the damage is just great, fantastic even, until it isn't. Because there is no scaling, it's just your damage versus the enemy armor and health. Okay, so here's the deal with the Bolto. There is really no reason for you to get it unless you want to try the entropy augment, because this is the only weapon in the game that can run it. This weapon ended up in a really weird place because we just have the Bolto, whereas the Ak Bolto got the Telos Ak Bolto and the Ak Bolto Prime. And honestly, the Akimbo variants of the Bolto feel exactly the same as the single-handed one, they just have a bigger magazine and a longer reload. So while you'll most likely have the Bolto in your inventory at some point because it's an ingredient for a few other weapons, I don't really think it's worth investing too much into. So max it out while you have it, have a bit of fun with it, but that's gonna be about it. And that is pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed it and it was helpful, and I will see you some other time. Bye bye.